I'd like to share one anecdote about a recent client that I've been coaching for some time. We have a long relationship and a lot of success together growing him in his role as he became more comfortable as a senior executive and core member of the C-suite. I invited him to take the PRI, and it was instantly insightful in new ways that neither one of us had considered. Uh, and it actually wound up surfacing what wound up being a closely held core belief about himself that uh, was almost protected in our previous conversations that neither one of us had become aware of until we started using the metaphor component of the PRI. And as we went through the metaphor and talked about the condition of his boat and his journey, and we got more into the area of when he was thinking about his own emotional literacy and his own agility and relationships with others, it started to become more clear to both of us that he was changing his language to we instead of I when talking about his team, as though they were in the boat with him, almost decks on hand. And that inspired a conversation about his relationship with his team and people that are in more subordinate roles, and how does he communicate and manage people below him, as opposed to navigating the organization and navigating his colleagues. And while we've touched on that in our practice prior, it was more profound to him that he was pulling people into his boat in that moment. And when we had questions more along the lines of what is it like to imagine them as their own boats on the water? How does your relationship and perspective change? And what is your role with them in that orientation? It just invited an entirely new dialogue and conversation that we both found incredibly fruitful.